Where they kaye, lonely, lonely story. Yeah. And the time I buy my Toyota, Flossy Kamake Bengena, what a lovely story. I didn't live this life, yeah, because I get my Bible, Lord. Because the blessings I get from the Most High be so great. Oh. Ah, pa, 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 pa. Where's it? Man.
Maybe today I don't get nothing, but tomorrow I go get something. And I go buy a motor for mama. But the enemy won't worry me. I go show all of them tragedy.
So you just heard the what I like to call this morning the Shatta Movement Choir. Man himself, Shatta Wale. This morning we have in our studios the man, the movements, the hit maker, the man who knows his level, Shatta Wale. Now, whether you're willing to accept it or not, Shatta Wale is one of the biggest influences of our time, cutting across generations and creating his hit Freedom with as little as 6 words. This morning, we'll be talking to Shatta. We'll be talking music, family, industry, and everything more. Remember, we're live on Facebook. Joy 99.7 FM is our Facebook page. We're on YouTube, Joy Online TV. That's our YouTube page. We're live on the AM show on the JoyNews channel.
It's back. Do it.
Good morning to our friends listening to us across the nation. In Kumasi, we are Love 99.5 FM. In Takrady, we are Radio Max 105.1 FM. In Cape Coast, we are ATL 100.5 FM. In Sunyane, we are Sky FM. In Tamale, we are Radio 123 99.7 FM. So let me say congratulations, Shatta Wale, on the successful release of your album.
Thank you very much. You know, I just like to say a good morning to everybody right now, and thank God and Ghana police for bringing me so quick.
Maybe there's more to this police story I need to know about, and
yeah.
we may be touching on that. Now you filled the Fancy Dome, and barely 2 weeks after the launch of your album, you're already number 6 on the Billboard World charts. Did you envisage these 2 notable achievements, or it came to you as a surprise?
Well, it was something we were asking God for. So I believe as, we got those results, I wasn't too surprised. But, that was the target, to let the world, get to know Ghana and, get to know the kind of works we are doing here.
It's good to know. So if nothing more about the Ghana police?
No, Ghana police, it's always good. I've written a letter to them, and I think they're helping me with, my movement in terms of my interviews and things I have to do in time. So anytime I call on them, they come at the right time, and I really thank God for, them. Shout out to my dispatch rider.
So do you tell us about the story behind this Rain album? How did that title Rain come about in the first place?
Well, I can say I am writing a storybook, and people who are following the pages understand where we've gotten now. Because Bandana, was a name that people knew back then, and we rebranded to Shatta Wale. But the name Shatta Wale brought a change, and I believe these are the kind of changes like people are seeing me now, in terms of my music, the way I want to relate to people, because Bandana wasn't relating to people like that, Bandana didn't know much about, the industry, but Shatta Wale really learned much, to know how to move with people. That is why, people wonder how come I have a whole lot of fan base around me, and I always tell them, it's the study of, arts, because if you don't really know much about showbiz, you might see it to be something over spiritual or something that is unheard. But I believe with the direction of God and my way of life and study of music, I've been able to achieve that.
So all of this is a result of how you've studied the industry and how you've grown.
Exactly.
So why did you pick the title Rain?
Well, we had an album called The Reader, and Reader was an album that I believe we went through certain hustle, and we decided to call God, you know, I am a junior brother, you know, like to always talk to God, like when we have our private time. So I told my brother, you know, we should create an album and call God, you know. So it was a call to God and tell him, God, Bandana wants to come. He's rebranded himself, but we really want you to pick this call, because we tried when we changed the name and, you know, no results came out. So from Redoubt, we went to After the Storm, because when we called, we believe he picked the call and he was like, you can go on. So we went through, you know, a whole lot of stormy, you know, sessions, and I believe after the storm comes a calm. But, you know, we believe after the storm calms down, and then there is a rain, you know. So I believe this is the time for us to also prove to the world that we've hustled, we've gotten here, we are writing a story, and I would expect my storybook to be in every shelf in the world. And that's Shatta Wale.
And we've started seeing a bit of that with the airplay that you have seen. My Level, interestingly, a song which is not on the album, has received a lot of airplay. It's obvious that that song is more than just another song to you. I mean, I watched the video of the album launch, and you were moved to tears when you saw the crowd singing along. What's the story behind that song?
Well, like I said, it's still part of my storybook, and that's one of the paragraphs, you know, that, you know, anytime I'm on stage and, you know, I sing a song and people just sing along. You know, I remember some of the, you know, roads that we've been to, some of the places that we stepped and people didn't accept us. But today, if I can stand and people will sing to my songs like this, then I believe my level is really what I'm seeing now, because I can see that God has really put me on a level that no man can touch me. You know, I believe I'm not stepping on any man's toes. I'm just doing my showbiz. And I'm having fun because I believe it's an entertainment package. And, you know, anybody that takes it personal is making a mistake, because Shatta Wale knows how to do this very well. And that's why sometimes I feel tears, you know, like, you know, when I'm on stage and people sing such songs like it. But My Level is a song that, you know, is really on my heart, because it was a story about me and my junior brother, Blake. Yeah.
What's the story?
Well, you know, like the things I've been telling him, because I remember one time I told him, bro, Charlie, you know, if God no bless we, I swear, then God no did the world. You know, being create the world. You know, and I believe God wants us to talk to him like that, sometimes call on him like that, for us to believe he's alive, you know. So certain things, you know, like, you know, we're going to leave Nima and, you know, stay in East Legon and stuff like that. So when I see him nowadays, like, I watch him and go like, bro, like, are we asleep or are we awake? You know, I sometimes ask him to pinch me, because I feel, no, Charlie, this thing is like...
You never imagined you get here.
I was saying it, but I didn't know it will come so quick. You get me? Because I was asking God for hit songs. I was telling him, no, he can't disgrace me. He should put me there, because, you know, if he does that, and, you know, because I know I don't have any enemy. It's just that I am a ruffian small, and when I do rough, then artists ball me small, then some, you know, media people bash me.
Wait, are you sure you're ruffian small?
Me, I'm a natural...
I know. Are you sure it is small? That's a
oh, it is small. No, it is big.
Now, so here's you singing a song on stage in front of about 50,000 people. People singing your lyrics, you being moved to tears. But that launch itself wasn't without controversy. Some have said that your colleagues, Samini and Stoneboy, were not allowed to perform during the Rain album launch because you are insecure. You don't want them to take your shine. Is that the case?
You see, sometimes when stories like this come up, I don't even want to talk about it, because you see, Shatta Wale is the type of guy that when I'm talking, I talk with seriousness, you know. I believe whatever I'm doing is with seriousness. That's why I got somebody like Chris Conne, who I believe is experienced and, you know, can be my publicist and do whatever he has to do, because I know he's a professional, you know. I would like to advise every Ghanaian artist that what they have not studied, they should really, you know, come so we can study together, because sometimes when news and stuff like this come up, like you're scared, you're insecure. I already said that I don't fear no man, apart from God, you know. So if you don't pass through your right channels and you want to use me, I'm used to that. Like, people are trying to give me bad names, and I'm getting the best girls, I'm getting the best cars, you know, the best, everything. You understand me? I'm even shocked of what God is doing in my life. Like I said, I'm coming here and I've written a letter to Ghana police, and they always make sure I'm safe. You know, they check in on me. They come to my house done anytime, you know. I believe that I am doing something that they are not studying. And showbiz is something you need to study.
What is it you are doing that they are not studying?
Well, I'm doing showbiz. And showbiz is a package. You know, you need to know where you stand. You know, you can't just come. Like, for instance, you are interviewing me right now. Like, it's a showbiz thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, people are going to watch it all over the world. And people are going to watch you and your reactions and the questions you ask. And that's where people are going to say, oh, no, this guy is professional. You get me? Most of the artists feel showbiz is about dressing. They feel showbiz is about you know, that kind of thing. But I believe when you know what you're about and you know that at least at the end of the month I need to get paid, you should know where you stand and know how you talk and know how you grab your things. Because when people say things like Stoneboy came to your show, Samini came to your show, and I go like, yo, these are people. Samini is like, you know, my friend, and he's experienced so much that if I want to go to Samini's show, I'll call him a week, 2 weeks after. But you can't just move to my show and expect that. If I was working with white people, I swear they will arrest them and jail them. Because white people work with time and plan. So if you come there and say, no, they can't do it. Jay-Z can be performing and his friend will come and say, oh, because he and him go from some area or it is some artist we did there. Everything is programmed, it's planned. That is what I've studied about Ghana artists. They don't
But when
plan.
you were planning the Rain album launch, did you think of reaching out to these guys to offer the stage to them?
Well, I sent an invite out that, you know, all of them could come, but they were all coming to enjoy. Like, we were all going to party, so they could be at the VVIP. There were tables that I set for artists when they came, like, you know, but most of them didn't come, though. But the style and manner in which they want to let Ghanaians understand Shatta Wale, that Shatta Wale, you know, that kind of thing. No. I went to Samini show. I called him, like 2 weeks. Like, my team called his team. They spoke, you know, arranged everything, and the fans were happy. Stoneboy, the same. So I wonder how come you want to come to my show, and you won't even text me, say, bro, like, what's up? Let me just, you know, that kind of thing. I want to pass through the show. But you just come there, and I won't see that as a surprise, because I'm a very serious person.
Did you feel disrespected when they just jumped into the concert like that?
Well, I didn't feel disrespected. I felt honored because I feel at least that was a respect, you know, they wanted to show to me, you know, but people were expecting the show to flop though, but I think the videos that flew out that night, you know, and I thank God for, you know, the positive things, you know, he always puts in my mouth, because I said on radio that the show was going to begin at 6 and it was going to be filled around 7, and, you know, it was like that, and I believe that's what they saw and moved them there, and, you know, I appreciate them coming, but sometimes they shouldn't bring certain things out, because he doesn't speak well of them. It shows that, you know, when I speak certain things, they will tell me that, but it's frustration that will make you do that.
So you feel they shouldn't have come out to speak in public in the first place?
No, not at all. At least I'm the best person for you to go. Charlie, we come your show, but Charlie, big ups, Charlie. Then one perform, but we see say they plan the thing, so Charlie, but Charlie, you try. That's all we have to do. You know, I was telling Chris that the reason why Ghanaians or blacks are not moving forward is that we don't appreciate each other's knowledge. You know, for instance, you told me, Shatta, I like your dress, but I think if you wore maybe a blue one, it would have been nicer and better, you know, with the sun and maybe you describe something, I go like, yeah, you're right. But Ghana is not like that. You tell somebody, Charlie, you see this thing, won't do him that. Oh, no, we'll go fit do him like this. You know, say, because he won't make him boss, he say, into he get sense.
Right.
As he talk sense, maybe what they talk, your boss to this, oh, it makes sense. But he also wants the boss to see, say, oh, into he get sense. But no. What you're saying might be right and perfect that, oh yeah, maybe he's been, like for instance, I see Samini like, he's done so many good things for Ghana music, you know. So when I'm watching Samini from an angle and you tell me, Charlie, how do you see Samini's performer? He's a great performer. I won't lie about it. I won't say, oh no, I know past Samini. No, it won't work, but that is the system we have.
Would you like to perform at Assignment to the World or any Samini concert in the future?
I am a showbiz person. I don't take things personal. Any stage I'm called upon to come and, you know, deliver my services, why not?
You initially made the call, that's what you said. You called your friends and said, I want to come. Are you going to call Stoneboy about Assignment to the World? Oh,
well, I'm seeing some blogs out that, you know, they don't even want to invite us there and stuff like that. But this is not boxing. If it is boxing, they have to meet me at Buku. And you see the way Billboard is trending number 6, that's the way I'm going to knock them out. They shouldn't see it like that. If it's even a battle, there's no way they can win me freestyle one-on-one. The whole Ghana knows Dr. Duncan, DJ Black, everybody KOD, like everybody knows me. You understand me? They shouldn't make the whole thing look like it's a fight, it's a war. Like I sing, Michael Jackson, excuse me to say, may he rest in perfect peace. He has even taken his voice away. Like we don't even know where the voice is. Like I have borrowed it and used it on them. Because if I'm using this crocodile voice and they are even shouting and they are wanting to, then I'll use another.
So will you make that call to Stoneboy that you want to perform at Assignment to the World?
Well, I have a show on that day. You know, the BF's my show, so I believe it will be another time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We are talking to Shatta Wale. He's our guest for the morning. There's a lot more that we want to know about, but I made a promise to you before this that we'll get to know the person Shatta Wale. We're going to take these important messages. When we come back, we'll do just that. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.